What did you
Remember
just link
once?
me? Oh no.
It's not food. I know.
No, I know it's worse. It's that's disgusting. I just told me to go Google blue waffle or something. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Game number 2. Yeah, no, that is about as disgusting. Seriously. Game number 2 currently underway here in the Lycan League. We are, of course, casting on Legacy of the Void Beta. And over the last couple days, we've had a lot of really fun personalities come back and play. We saw Total Biscuit, we've seen Destiny topping the charts. Huck was streaming before this too, before giving us a wonderful host that he did, and many others. So over the next couple days as well, I'm sure the hype will not be as crazy as it has been these first 3 days, but make sure to tune in on Team Liquid and find your favorite streamers, because with tournaments, with player streams, there's so much Legacy of the Void beta content that even if you didn't get into the beta initially, you'll get your fill of it for sure. But spawning here in the top left corner of the map, the red Zerg player, Acer Bly.
In the bottom right, as the blue Zerg, it's Tomikus.
Yeah, Tomikus felt like he just struggled a little too much once it got to that transition, once it came down to roaches. Lings and banelings are...
What did he do? This build seems not optimal.
I mean, he's not going for gas. Yeah, that is a little bit weird.
His supply block for a long time. It still has excess money afterwards. I think he like 12 hatched or something.
Mass Queen hype.
It was so weird with the. Okay, sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say his Zergling and Baneling, like that game wasn't too bad when it came to the early game. Some decent trading back and forth, but really fell apart when it came to the transition. Now I kind of think it might fall apart at the transition again if. Oh, is he just gonna go for a fast third, like Tefl styles? No, he's just transferring the drone. What? Why do you not have gas? What are you hoping to get accomplished with no gas? I mean, gasless openers are not crazy unheard of, right? Like, we got those in regular ZvZs. But it just feels with Legacy of the Void being what it is, and how difficult it is to ascertain gas in Legacy of the Void, you'd want to get that started sooner than later.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too. That and, like, I feel like, you know, you wall off against Lings and you're pretty good to go, and then you get Spine Crawlers and Roaches, but, you know, similar problems is that, well, your third's going to be a lot later. That's what happened last game, same in the Heart of the Swarm. And that Ravagers later on, I just, like, the entire new expansion is very anti-turtle, even the smallest amount of turtle, which includes, like, setting up EO chambers outside of your wall. That I don't really know if I'm gonna like this for Tomikus, but he is gonna try, and that's the important thing. We're learning together.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem a little bit silly and pompous and crazy like that, but the thing about this is nobody really has this figured out. The new economy changes are weird. The actual units are strange. Nobody has this down to a T just yet.
Yeah, it looks like that. You know, detecting it. Okay, so here's the other problem, right? Is that the main reason that going for like Ravagers really quickly or Lurkers really quickly or Hydras, whatever, is a problem is that Lings are so really good against those units in high numbers, and it's easier to get high numbers in those units than the other ones. So, you know, you have to match your own Speedlings with their Speedlings. But if they don't get Speedlings, then you just actually go up to either Burrow Roaches, which apparently what Bly is doing, or your own Ravagers. Like, how effective is that going to be?
Well, I like identifying this too, because he does have the back end of actually scouting that there is no gas.
Yeah. That was actually a really good response. You know, the other option was to actually do the Heart of the Swarm thing where you get it past third and just beat them out macro-wise. But this is cooler.
Well, we'll see if it topples or not. I mean, base concept I think is still there. That if you do go for a gasless build, you're supposed to get the extra queen, you get the spine crawler. There's a lot of defense at the front, and if Tomikus is doing this all based on the fact that he assumed Bly was going to go Banelings, had Bly gone Banelings, this would have been a fantastic move. But Bly didn't, and he's not. And a Spore Crawler's coming down for burrow detection. I mean, he's fully aware of what's on the way. I just don't think what he has for defense is what you want versus this.
Yeah, right. So that's gonna cover the burrowed, stuff. But Bly, instead of using this lair for whatever he's thinking, maybe Aspire, hold off on that for a little while, get some Ravagers, and you can actually harass. You can bring your own Overlord over, get that Hagon vision. Like that's probably gonna be really annoying to deal with, but. He also might just still contain, get his third base, and get whatever this layer is going towards. Oh, it looks like Tomikus stars after Roaches. Never mind about the Ravagers then. I don't think that would work out. But neither is this Roach.
I don't know if you have the damage to actually kill a lot of the Roaches. One might die, but as we see, they can just walk through still.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have an Overseer quite yet. It's still, like... Yeah, it's not worth it. With the roaches already on the way for Tomikus, that wasn't.
Yeah, I think the second Bly realized he was getting shot, he should have turned around personally, but.
Well, probably not expecting a very quick lair, maybe. So.
Got some drone kills. Just hard to say it's worth trading out the roaches for as well.
Yeah, this actually did not end up going as well as either one of us thought. He does still have a faster third. His lair's similar times. He's not behind in tech necessarily. But what is that lair for? Just roach speed?
Might be. I mean, we don't see any other tech getting slapped down. Neither player really hurting for cash too badly right now. I think if we were going to see a Spire, it would have started. I think if we're going to see a Hydra's dead, it'd be on the way. And if we're going to see Ravagers, some might start morphing soon. But this is just seems to be for speed for the time being. Maybe the +2 weapons afterwards.
Alright, so...
Like beautiful flowers.
Actually, they kind of are. They're like the, Oh, you never played Balance kind of.
They look like giant, gross
lotuses. That's a little too many drones. That's not... Your natural is not saturated. I just want to warn you. Is that intentional?
Maybe. I don't know, but... Oops, sorry, I clicked the map all crazy. I mean, this... I don't like the overtransfer. That does seem a little bit silly.
Oh my god. I guess the idea is that if the entire game was you meeting in the middle of the map and attacking, then you would want to mine out that third base faster. It's even more important in Legacy of the Void than, you know, the maps that have the natural as a third, you know? So it is going to be a really safe third base at its natural.
If it wasn't obvious until just now, by the way, Corrosive Pile does hit air units.
Yes.
Killed there.
But it's hard on anything that's not as slow as an Overseer.
Yeah, the game is in this weird sort of slanted 3D as well, so targeting it is not quite so simple as putting it directly underneath it. But roaches are split up and segmented in many different directions. He does chase the ones off to the right, and that is, in fairness, the majority of the army. But there's some of the main...
That must have been targeted on the other Overlord. Hopefully paying attention. Does take one Ravager shots. Looks like, Burrow. Oh, nice move.
I mean, keeping them alive is cool, but the Ravagers just add so much extra damage. I feel like leaving them out like this is going to cost them.
Well, is the main harassment cleaned up? Yes, it just got...
Uh-oh. That delay,
probably the same thing you're getting.
No, because I don't get delayed. Like, if you go back and watch the VODs, like, when this happens, either in the cast today or my games that I play, like, it just freezes, and it looks like the game's crashing, and then it just catches up really fast. Like, it'll do 30 seconds of time and 2 seconds of real time, you know? Just super fast forward. The delay's probably bad, though, because, again, there's no server. There's no, like, Europe server, no Korea server. This is all just one generic server. And I think these are both Europeans playing on what is most likely a North American, closed-off, private, not well-maintained server.
So little face.
Well, I mean, you really think they keep the server, you know, tip-top condition, waiting for the next beta release?
Maybe. I mean, they keep their servers with, like, a weather control center.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna see a lot of cool stuff, but I don't know. That pause on that talk could be for another time, but Ravagers are going to get squished. The problem is if you do over-dedicate to Ravagers, they just don't have the health to actually take the damage from the roaches, and he's just going to shoot himself quite literally in the foot as he moves forward there, but starting to take that fight pretty one-sidedly. Burrow's still going to be his favorite if he wants to get out of here. Overseer might spot a couple of these units, but the Ravagers are only going to do so much, and beyond, aka Tomikus, now on the ropes.
Still very even game, even workers, even army supply, even upgrades. Like a huge chunk of the Ravagers went flying, jeez.
Yeah, those corrosive bile shots can be really nice, but again, the auto attacks of the Ravagers are really not bad either. They just bob heads really crazy. Why are there so many Overlords here?
Oh no. That'll be able to get to the high ground fast enough for
Where's that Muta opener when you need it, am I right?
Yeah. I guess, you know, actually, it's so even still. Tomikus gets a couple more drones in there, that's cool. But it's still so even that we might actually see someone try and do something other than the Roach Ravager tech, which would be amazing.
Yeah.
Come on, Lurkers.
Well, I don't know that Lurkers would work in this situation because they're both showing a lot of Ravagers, right? Just attack around the Lurkers, you don't have to really worry about range or the Overseers.
The thing about Lurkers is that people are only considering them as, like, you know, with my main army, let's go get them. But they're actually very effective as like attack and defense. So yeah, I don't know if they're actually going to be worthwhile to get in ZvZ. They probably aren't. But it'd be really cool to see like Lurker drops in ZvZ, Lurker harass in ZvZ. I mean, they're quite dangerous.
Like, until somebody notable pro player actually does, like, takes the time to try and transition to something else, everyone's going to go with what they think works best. And Ravager
that could
looks
take years. Like, Snoop didn't start doing Storm Host in TVZ for 2 years.
Look, I know, and that's kind of a sucky thing to think about, but I mean, right now, I guarantee you, Bly's not thinking about, like, what other new units can I use. It's, how do I keep winning with the roaches I have? How can I extend my lead with what's currently available?
Roaches are so cool. I mean, they're supposed to be cool. They don't look cool, they don't sound cool, but the idea is cool.
Yeah, the Lurker, like, has a soft, pillowy, like, whoosh.
It is very soft.
Let me devastate this Terran army. Are you ready for this carnage?
Yeah, exactly.
Roach is being chased right now towards the main. Plus range weapon upgrades completely in a moment's time, but not enough for Bly to really take a fight because, well, actually, he's routed a lot of units over. I couldn't see it because the minimap, I hate the new minimap so very much. So, new Ravagers arriving in the front lines might be able to get some shots. Has to watch him dodge his own corrosive vials, much less over his opponents, too. Gotta stop hitting his own units.
What if Spore Crawlers could attack corrosive violets in the air?
That'd be pretty cool, actually, if you could shoot them down with like a point defense drone, have Marines, I don't know. It'd be neat.
You know, why don't they ever just like tell the Ravagers, like, how about you stop shooting like as far up? It's taking a while to get down. Oh, this is weird. This is a little awkward of engagement.
Yeah, I feel it's really bad for Bly, of course, because you had to back up those Ravagers so quick. You know, the Roaches were all here on the top of the ramp instead of fighting in front of his main force.
Yeah, that did go awfully weird. Now, the Roaches, you notice that there was no Overseers with this Roach force. Does get in and kills a couple of really high-energy queens. Not you, though.
Kills a high-energy queen.
That one lived.
Looks like he's got some more drones, but at this point I don't know that's really all about the economic damage. I mean, every bit of StarCraft 2 is a little bit about the economic damage, because the more economy you have, the more money you have, the more units you have. But in this situation, I don't know, the base is getting mined low on minerals. Third base, this is a good pickup. This is a good attack. This is a necessary attack, too.
Yeah. Has Bly just always been on 44 drones? I guess he's never droned up very much. The natural still looking really bare from that huge transfer earlier on in this game.
Yeah. Forgot about that, actually. The 16. Why do we have like 7 Overseers? What the what?
You know, it's something. You know, F2 A moving is not the best thing to do ever in any game. But
look,
there are some...
I apologized already. Gosh.
There are some desperate situations where it's just the better way to go. Like, especially with so much happening on the field and so many burrowed units. So that's what I imagine happened. Like 3 of those are supposed to be in the bases, and instead they're following the army.
Okay, well, we know Bly in Heart of the Swarm is a guy who, when it gets to this stage of the game, tries to transition towards Broodlords, but I feel that's way too far out at this point. So what do you think he does?
It's happening! Actually, it might just be regular Hydras, though.
I was gonna say, this could be Roach Ravager Hydra or something really just sad.
No! Seriously, though, like, the thing about Lurkers is that, like, they're again, they might not work out, but if they get in a good position enough to harass the drone line, they usually take a bunch of units with them as they kind of just A-move to go back and defend, you know? Like, okay, they have 6 burrowed roaches, I'm going to send 7 roaches over, and that'll deal with it with an Overseer. Against a Lurker, you actually need a micro against that. You're actually not quite sure how many roaches you need against 2 Lurkers in a mineral line. Like, it's actually kind of I wonder if it'd be worth it, but do you even know how much a Lurker costs?
No, off the top of my head, no.
Yeah, I've had, tooltips disabled or whatever, so I've never been able to check.
Raid bombs.
I think they're 100 gas, I don't know about the minerals.
Well, the Spinecrawler's not in position to help defend this. That's a little bit awkward, but hopefully not too distracting, because this is the distraction tactics. Bly's actually going to be attacked here on the left side. Nice Curse of Blyles. Gets 2 shots off.
Dang. They're really getting really high in their Ravager counts. I mean, Tomikus...
I almost feel too high for Tomikus, depending on how this goes. He does have a supply lead, but keep in mind, it's not because he has more units, he's just got more Ravagers. They eat up that supply like crazy, and as we start conquering them on the left side, that supply takes a big dip, but it also takes a big dip for Bly, falling really behind the fight. Does get the sandwich, still might not be able to take this.
It doesn't, no, it actually looks like Blige is going to lose right now.
Ravager hype.
Let's put the game at, so the series is 1-1 after this then, right?
Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing about the Corrosive Bile Shot, too, is it is a spell. It goes through armor. It doesn't matter that these roaches are upgraded or not, because, well, they do a lot of damage nonetheless. In fact, there's no armor upgrades for Beyond, but it doesn't really matter. GG looks like Tomikus. Tomikus will take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. And big shout out to Schwanderen. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, man. But, I don't know, Zombergub. ZvZ's still feeling like ZzZZ.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that one.
Hopefully we see a little bit more dynamic play. Maybe we see better roaches. I mean, it's not a bad thing that we're still seeing what we see. It means that it was good in the first place, but either way, Blind Julie's got to wrap this up. It's game number 3 coming at you guys after this 2-minute break. We'll see you soon for the finals of this match. We still have the actual grand finals to go through, though. So, see you soon.